Hey there, I just want to pop in for a second and talk about something, but before I talk about it, I want you to see what I'm seeing. It is another beautiful morning here, and I always get so inspired just going through town and seeing just the beauty of the sky, the colors. And it's still autumn here in Austin, and so the leaves are still colorful. It's just beautiful. And then I like to come into this room while it's still quiet, nobody's in here, and I can do a little bit of exercise, a little bit of meditation, a little bit of thought through my day or through my week. And as I'm recording this is on Monday, and I wanted to share something with you that's been on my heart for a while, and I didn't know how to express it. So let's see if I can do that today. When I offer something to someone and they've already told me that they want a life change, this is a major life change that they say they're looking for. Major life change, like relief of serious pain, relief of serious disease, malfunction, issues in the body that are affecting the entire life, I always have an answer. And so when I come back with my answer for someone, it might cost some money. Honestly, things that are life-changing, that are major in moving forward and progressing in things like pain, disability, sometimes they cost a little bit of money just because of the time and energy and technology and money that's put into it from me or from whoever created the program. Even though information might be free, the time that it takes, the energy that it takes, the equipment that it takes is not always free. And so that has to be passed on to the consumer. That's just the way that public use sorts of products work, and that's how they should work, because no one can work for free. It's like you can't work for free, right? So as soon as I pass that along, I would say 9 times out of 10, this is the response that I get. This is not in my budget right now. So I want you to rephrase that. I never want to hear again, that's not in my budget right now, because it might be true. It might be true that you have not budgeted for life change. You know, when I look at my monthly budget, I usually don't have a space for life change. That is something that if I decide to do, I'm gonna move it to the top of the list. So it's not necessarily within my budget, it's actually within priority. So instead of using the word budget, I want you to use the word priority, because the same people that say that's not within my budget will prioritize other things. Like they might spend the same amount of money on going out, drinking wine, having some night out that's just fleeting and not necessarily life-changing, not necessarily doing anything for that person other than just spending the money on it. So is that the priority? Or is the thing that you told me was going to change your life the priority? So if you'll say, no, actually, changing my life is not my priority right now, then at least you're just being honest about it. Because here's the truth. The truth is that your mind will tell you that it's not within your budget. And it might be true. But the truth is, if you dig underneath that layer, and you're gonna go spend the money somewhere else anyway, like, I don't know, something not life-changing, the truth is that you're afraid of putting in the work, or you're afraid of disappointing yourself, because what if you spend this money and you don't do the work that it requires? Because you can't just spend the money and poof, life change happens. When you're purchasing a program, product, or system that is designed for life change, you're the one that still has to do the work. You can't just magically be done with it. And that can be really scary. Change is really scary for the human mind, right? So you have to be able to pull back that layer and say, the truth is, if my priority is going to be life change this month, if I am actually going to do this thing that will make me feel better, improve every aspect of my life, and help me pay it forward to others, then I have to not only get this system, but then take the next step. And if I can take that next step and that one tiny change that will change everything tomorrow morning, then the next day I can take the next tiny step. Here's more good news for you. If you're working with me, I don't leave you behind. I think sometimes people think that if they buy a book, a product, a system, whatever, that the creator is just shoving that out there and closing the door. And for creators like me, that's impossible, because we actually want people to do the thing. We want them to do the thing that makes the change. We actually want the result to happen. We're not a commercial throwing products out there and just advertising quick whatever. We actually want it to work. So if you're going to work with me or someone like me, you have to know that this is happening. Like, come on, I'll grab your hand. Just reach out to me. Budget or priority? Say priority. And then decide that it's priority enough to do the work.